My name is Gina Crawley. I am an attorney in Nashville, Tennessee, and this is part of my Debtors Rights series that I'm doing just to give debtors more information, when they go into court, because so often they're not represented. So by watching this video, no attorney-client relationship is formed. I'm giving general information. I'm just getting the word out. Okay, so let's start looking at some of these documents here. All right, so let's walk over and look at some of these documents. And so whenever you've been sued by a creditor and they have a judgment against you, then you can file a motion for, sometimes we call it slow pay, but the title is actually a motion affidavit for installment payments, which is the same thing as a slow pay. Okay, so this is what Davidson County looks like right here. It's called a motion affidavit for installment payments. And what it is, you fill this out, you put down how much you can afford, and do you want to pay it bi-weekly or by month. So generally when I've represented clients in the past, we usually set a monthly amount. I've helped clients to get slow pays as low as $25. Sometimes it could be even lower than that because it has to be based off of your affidavit of income and property, okay? So let's go back over and look at this motion affidavit for installment payments. So when you do this, this needs to be signed in front of a notary, okay? And if, sometimes notaries, they do charge fees, and if you don't want to pay that fee, take it to the clerk's office and they can also sign it for you as well too at no cost, because you'll have to file your document there anyway. Now when you file these documents here, sometimes there is a fee associated with it, and I did a video entitled Affidavit of Indigency. And so basically what you would need to do, you would need to fill out an affidavit of indigency, which you can see that in the description. Click the link below and there's a bunch of different documents there, but one of them is an affidavit of indigency. You need to fill that out. Take that with you to see if the court would be willing to waive your filing fee, because each time you file one of these documents, there could be a filing fee. Okay, so just be aware of that. But just know that you can fill out the affidavit of indigency to see if the court be willing to waive your filing fee. So this is what this document looks like in Davidson County. Now some counties may not have a document like this, but then they may. You should ask. But if not, I've created a document like this. Let's move down here to this, which is very similar to Davidson County, and you can actually use this within any county, even in Davidson if you want to, which basically says the same thing. Okay, and then also you've got respectfully submitted, you sign and you date here, okay, certificate of service, and then here on the affidavit of income and property, that'll be attached as well too. So fill that out, sign that as well too, and then you will sign that as well too. So as I'm looking at this document, I am noticing that, so on my document, the one that I drafted, I noticed it does not have the deputy clerk and the signature for the notary. Because it's here, I am going to go back and add this to here. So although it's not here on your screen, know that I'm going to revise the link and I'm going to add a spot for the notary and clerk to sign as well too. That way it's consistent with Davidson County as well too. Now let's walk over here. So also too, so on the order, so I've also drafted a sample order that you can use in any county for the judge to fill out, okay, where they're saying they're going to let your amount, they're going to let the judgment be reduced to installment payments in the amount, and that's a place for the judge to fill out. Now over here, this is what you would fill out, which is the approved for entry section. So you just write your names, sign your name, print, like that. And this is the certificate of service section as well too, where you would fill in how you sent it to the creditor. Did you mail it to them? Did you, maybe it was served electronically. So like Davidson County, they have an e-file system, so you could put served by e-file. And then you would write in the creditor's contact information here, sign and print your name. Now sometimes what could happen is that sometimes people may forget about their payments, and then the creditor could file a motion to quash the garnishment, which means a motion to remove the payment arrangement, because when the payment arrangement is in place and when you're making the payments, they cannot take your wages, okay, or take your money out of your bank account as long as you're making your payments. But let's say you skip some payments, okay? And if that was to happen, then Davidson County also has a motion to modify, a motion affidavit to reinstate and modify installment payments. So what you would do, you would file this motion here, and then you would check whether or not you're reinstating the motion or are you modifying, which means reinstate means that you want to reinstate the previous motion, that reinstate the previous order that you filed. Or if you want to modify it, maybe you had a change in income. Maybe you can no longer afford to pay $25. You can only afford to pay $10 or $15. If so, you need to write that in here. Cite your reasons why. You know, maybe you've lost your job, or maybe you've been ill and in the hospital. Whatever the case may be, cite your reasons here, and then cite how much you can pay, which would be $15 per month. And then you would sign it again in front of a notary. And if you can't afford a notary, or you don't want to pay the notary's fee, go to the clerk's office, okay? Again, if you file this motion affidavit to reinstate installment payments, then it could be a fee for that. And if they charge you, and if you can't afford the fee, you want to fill out an affidavit of indigency, okay? And take that with you when you file this and tell the clerk, I cannot afford the fee. Here's my affidavit of indigency. Will the court waive my fee? Okay, and if they waive your fee doesn't go away. It just moves it to the end of the case. Okay, so this is what the Davidson County form looks like. Now, this is the form that I've drafted here, which is a motion for installment payments. And as you'll see here, the place for the clerk to sign is not here, but I am going to add it and upload it to the system. Okay, but it looks similar to Davidson County. Sealed, and like I said, you can use this in any county, even in Davidson if you want to. So like here, you can just put how much you can pay per month. And when you sign this, you're stating that this is the most that you can pay per month. So don't let creditors say, oh, well, no, we will only accept $100, or no, you have to pay $150. No, it can be based off of your income, okay? And so if all you have to pay is $25 and your income supports that, then you can pay $25 per month if the court approves it and your income supports that you can do that. So, and also with this motion, you're right over here with this motion and affidavit of income and property here, you would have to file that with, whenever you do these documents for slow pay, you have to file it on this too and show your income. You know, they got your full name, last four of your social, all your dependents, how much is in your banking account. You know, that's a lot of information. And also too, when you fill these out too, I would recommend that you attach supporting documents as well too. And then when you attach supporting documents like your banking information, make sure that you write out your account information because in your account information or any private information that you don't want to end up in the public record, make sure you write that out, okay? And so also too, I've also attached, you know, you'll see all this in the description, the link below. Here's a sample order that you can also file, an order on the motion for installment payments that the judge can fill out if he or she grants your motion. Also, is a proof for entry section that you would have to fill out as well too. You know, you sign your name, you print, your certificate of service, how it was served, and everything like that. Okay, but if you have, so the important thing to know this as well too is that if you have like if you have 4 creditors, that means you'd have to file this 4 times, okay? So, and the whole point of this is to protect your income and to protect your assets. So when you file these slow pay motions and they get granted, the creditor can no longer take wages from your, can no longer garnish your check, and they cannot go on your bank account as well too, okay? So definitely take advantage of this. And if you see a situation that's about to happen, if you can no longer afford to pay whatever it is you agreed to pay, go ahead and file a motion to modify it before the situation happens, if you're able to. Because if you skip a payment, they're going to file a motion to quash so they can start garnishing your wages and going back into your bank account. And that's what you do not want to happen, okay? So all of those images that you saw on the screen are available for you to view. And so like I said, the images are going to look slightly different because I am going to add a space for the notary to sign, because you're attesting that this is the most that you can pay under penalties of perjury. So it's very important that you be truthful, that you give an honest look at how much you can afford to pay, and you list that down, okay? So again, don't let creditors bully you into saying, you know what, we're only going to take this amount of money. You have to pay $100. You have to pay $150, because at the end of the day, you can't squeeze turnip out of a grape. And if your income says the most you can pay is $10, and you have supporting documents to back that up, then more than likely the judge will probably, then that's what you would have to do. And then more than likely the judge will grant that, because it's based, more than likely they will, because it's based off your income, okay? Now when you do these slow pays, sometimes they will have review dates where you have to come back periodically, maybe every 3 to 6 months, to see if there's been a change in your income. And if it has, they may ask you, hey, can we bump it up to $5 more, okay? And make sure when you come back to court each time that you have supporting documents to back up whatever it is, that you are saying. So if you can't afford the $5, then make sure you have, if it's going to be $5 more, it's increased. Make sure you have documents to back up whatever you're saying. You may be able to afford, you may be able to bump it up to $10, but the bottom line is this, that you have more control than what you realize, okay? So just take advantage of the resources that are out there. Take advantage of the slow pay, of the installment pay and payments and everything like that. And just take advantage of those resources, okay? And I encourage you to look at the other videos that I posted as well too. If you have comments about this video, please leave comments. If you have suggestions, please leave suggestions. If you want to see videos on other topics that may be of interest to you, please let me know. So all the videos, all the documents that you looked at are in the description link below. Just click the link in the description below, and then you can see all these documents. Also, one other document too, there is a blank document on there as well too with lines on it, and that's just an additional document so that if it's not enough space on the motion, then you can use that to write in additional reasons why you may need the slow pay reinstated or modified, okay? But again, thanks so much for checking out this video, and stay tuned for more videos just designed to help pro se people, self-represented people, better understand what's going on in court, and just to have more information when they go into court. Thanks so much, and stay tuned.